Tencent Games have unleashed upon us their latest creation, Tarisland, an MMORPG that seems to have stumbled upon Azeroth's long-lost twin. Today, we will explore a beautiful world full of life with a slight touch of déjà vu. So dust off that mouse-clicking finger, put on your best I've seen this before face, and let's dive into the realm of Tarisland. Because what you're about to see in this video is going to send you right to that beta sign-up sheet. Probably. I don't know. The WoW clone thing might be a deal breaker for you. Let's find out. First things first, we've got a golden rule in Tarisland. Say no to pay to win. Now, I know what you're thinking, and you're right to think that. Free to play, more like pay to win. And I'm with you on that. A lot of the times, companies say, no. It's not pay to win. It's just pay to progress. Very different. Yeah, same thing. It's stupid. Stop it. But they really have a heavy emphasis on it not being pay to win. So I think before we roast the game, we got to test it out first. The game features 7 classes. Each class that you're going to take a look at is going to have 2 talent paths to choose from, which I think is a pretty good place to start. The first class that we're going to take a look at is the Ranger. Taming is going to be the first path. Now, personally, I'm all about pets for hunters, so this would definitely be my first pick. But if you're more of a marksman, then the hunter path might just be right for you. Moving on from that, we're going to take a look at our first tank in the game, the Paladin. You can take on the path of damage or take hits like a walking fortress. It's kind of a shame that they didn't add a healing path, but I guess life is all about making tough choices. You can't have your cake and heal it too. The next tank that we have is the Warrior, and you guessed it, just like WoW. You've got the Fury path, which focuses on carrying 2 weapons, and War Shield for the tanking enthusiast. Moving on from that, we have everybody's favorite, the Mage. You have Frost or Fire. Fire, as you can imagine, is all about doing large amounts of damage. And if I had to take a guess, it would be longer cast times. If you enjoy freezing players in PvP and watching their hope fade away in seconds, Frost is the way to go. Next, for all of you dedicated WoW priests out there, you can make the difficult transition right into the Priest. Very different classes you can see. The Prey path is all about healing, which basically means you're going to be everybody's favorite lifesaver and the MVP of any group. Well, at least until someone else rolls a healer and steals your thunder. There's also Faith if you like the Priest, but you don't want to deal with the anxiety of being a healer. Another healer option is something that everybody has wanted in an MMO forever, the Bard. Okay, maybe not, but I will say he does look pretty cool. So I gotta give credit where credit's due. This is something that I actually might play. And as always, just like the previous classes, there's going to be another option for damage, so you can make use of that magic harp to wreak havoc. Last but definitely not least, one of my personal favorites, the Barbarian Fighter. Mostly because he's a cat. Unfortunately, there isn't really much information on this one, but we do know it's going to be another tank class. So what we do know so far is that we have 2 confirmed healers and 3 tanks. By the time this game actually launches, I would say that they might have 1 more healer, and I think they're going to leave it at that. To me, the quality of graphics in this world is what 13-year-old Zaz will hope to see in future WoW expansions. I know, what a dumb kid, filled with so many hopes and dreams. In this game, players will encounter events and discover hidden secrets. But here's where we really go down the rabbit hole. Players' behavior, climate change, and specific Easter eggs may all lead to potentially changing the fate of everyone on the server. No idea exactly what that means, just don't f it up for the rest of us. One thing that I think is missing from this game is multiple factions. I just feel like if you're gonna make a WoW clone, you gotta have 2 sides for us to fight over which one's better. Horde. Horde is always better. But who knows exactly how this is all going to play out. There's no set release date at this time. There might be some changes, but I don't know. I still have my doubts. I think they're just going to keep it this way, and it might just be like server versus server for PvP. Kind of like something that you might expect from Guild Wars 2. Which I think can still work. I mean, Guild Wars is still a very successful game, and there's no factions. The last point that we're going to cover is the multi-layered raids and dungeons. There will be various levels of difficulty for raids in Tarisland. What's really interesting is the random modifiers that'll greatly affect your experience as you attempt challenges and dungeons. It doesn't go further into details about this. They just kind of throw a little bit at you just to tease you, just enough for you to hit that sign up button. Me personally, that's already enough. So if anybody needs a tank, hit me up. Let's get these challenges done. Been tanking since Burning Crusade. We don't have to go into details. You can just read all about it in my resume. I really have high hopes for this game. If you want to check out more videos, be sure to visit their channel. And if it's something you're excited to play, send some support to them so we can make the world of Azeroth and Tarisland great again. You can also be a hero and click that like button, subscribe to your new tank buddy in Tarisland. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.